So in today's class, we are going to learn about programming external hardware interrupts. And in previous class, while discussing about programming timer interrupts itself, I have given the introduction to interrupts. 8051 microcontroller, it will be supporting 5 kinds of interrupts, out of which 3 are software interrupts and 2 are hardware interrupts. And now in today's class we'll be looking into how to program those hardware interrupts. So before we move on to the writing the program, I just want to give you a clarity what exactly the hardware interrupt and what exactly the software interrupt can be. Interrupt is of course a disturbance to the controller. Interrupt is for sure it's a disturbance, and the one who is sending the interrupt might be in need of microcontroller, but to the microcontroller, let it be a hardware interrupt or a software interrupt, it is a disturbance to it because it will be busy in doing its work, and when someone comes and disturb the work, then they'll be considering it as a disturbance of work only. So if we know what exactly software and hardware interrupts, then you can easily understand the concept of today's class. So software interrupt is nothing but, if you can remember, while we are writing the programs related to 8086 microprocessor, at the end of each program we used to write one instruction called int 03h or else int 21h. That means within the program and through the program, if you are disturbing the controller or the processor, then they are called as software interrupts. And externally, if any device has some work with the controller, externally, if any device has some work with controller, and if that particular device is connected to the controller and the information related to that device is listed in the program, then those are called as hardware interrupts. That means in order to know or in order to program the hardware interrupts, information related to hardware interrupt will be put it in the form of a program. At the same time, the device who has the work with controller is also connected to the controller. So you are disturbing the controller through the device, and you are providing that device information through the software. That means hardware interrupts, it not only just connecting the external device and asking the controller to serve the hardware interrupt. You need to inform the controller through again program also. For software, no hardware device needs to be connected to the controller. Whatever you want to convey, you will convey that through writing up a program. It's purely software. But coming to the hardware interrupt, you will connect the external device, whoever has the work with the controller, and the information related to that connected device will be put it in the form of a program. That means here you are informing to the controller through the program about the hardware device. I'm repeating, you are disturbing the controller through the program about the external interrupt. So here interrupt will be from external only, but the thing is that about that external interrupt you will be informing to the controller through writing a program itself. So this is what the hardware interrupts and the software interrupts could be. So if we move on to the hardware interrupts of 8051 microcontroller, it has two hardware interrupts. Whenever I'm saying that hardware interrupts irrespective of processor and controller, one thing that should come into your mind is that those interrupts needs to be given externally. That means the pin diagram will have provision to connect external interrupting devices. As I am speaking, 8051 has two hardware interrupts. In order to connect those hardware devices, those external devices to the controller, there exist two pins. So then hardware interrupts, we can name them as int 0 bar and int 1 bar. The hardware interrupts of 8051 are int 0 bar and int 1 bar. Int 0 bar means external interrupt, external interrupt coming from the zeroth device. Int1 bar means external interrupt coming from the first device. That is the meaning of int0 bar and int1 bar. And if you could observe the pin diagram of 8051 microcontroller, int0 bar has been connected to pin number 12. It has been connected to pin number 12, and int1 bar has been connected to pin number 13. That means the device whomever wants to interrupt the 8051, the device needs to be connected to either of these two, either to pin number 12 or to pin number 13. And another thing is that this pin number 12 and pin number 13, they are being multiplexed with port 3 also. 8051 has 4 ports, port 0, port 0, port 1, port 1, port 3. So these int 0 bar and int 1 bar, that means the pin number 12 and 13, they are the multiplexed pins which will serve the port as well as which will serve the external hardware interrupts also. And how can the end user can inform to the controller that I'm going to deal with external hardware, or how we can intimate the controller that you need to serve external interrupt, not the internal interrupt, or how can we convey the controller that yes, you are going to get an interrupt from external device? How can we intimate that? That can be done through the TMOD register, timer mode register. So in TMOD register, if you observe the D3 and D7 bits, in TMOD register, D3 and D7 bits, they are nothing but the gate bits, GATE, gate. D3 is the gate 0 bit and D7 is the gate 1 bits. So what is this gate bit gives us? If gate bit is equals to 0, if gate bit is equals to 0, that indicates that you are dealing with software interrupts. And if gate bit is equals to 1, that indicates that you are dealing with the hardware interrupts. So for programming external hardware interrupts also, we need to make use of TMOD register in order to convey an information of we are dealing with the hardware interrupts. So that is how the controller can come to know whom it is serving, whether it is serving software interrupt or whether it is going to serve hardware interrupt, that it can understand through TMOD register gate bit. And next is that as they are interrupts, they needs to be enabled. They needs to be enabled. So for enabling any kind of interrupts of 8051 microcontroller, we have one register called as IE register. That means interrupt enable register, and this IE register is also of 8-bit register only, and in that IE register, IE.0 and IE.1, IE.0 and IE.1, these two bits will represent external hardware interrupt 0, external hardware interrupt 1. That means here to program the external hardware interrupts, we need to make use of TMOD register, as well as we need to make use of IE register also. And next, while dealing with external hardware, external interrupts, or while dealing with hardware interrupts, have discussed about the triggering. These external interrupts can be served only at two types of triggerings. One is the low level triggering and another one is the negative edge triggering. There will be two types of triggerings. One is the level triggering and another one is the edge triggering. Level is again of two types, low level triggering and high level triggering, and edge triggering is also of again two types, negative edge triggering and positive edge triggering. But 8051 can serve external interrupts. It can serve external interrupts only at two kinds of triggerings. It can serve the external interrupts only at two kinds of triggerings. One is low level triggering. It will execute the hardware interrupt either at low level triggering or at negative edge triggering. This is very important point that we need to keep in our mind. It can serve, controller can serve the external hardware interrupts either at low level triggering or at negative edge triggering. And who will decide whether the controller is executing the interrupt at low level triggering or at negative edge triggering? That is being decided by the TCON register. That is being decided by the TCON register. So in TCON register, if you could recall that TCON register concept. The TCON register concept has two bits named as IT0 and IT1. That means interrupt 0 and interrupt 1. Interrupt 0 and interrupt 1, which are related to the, which will give an information of which level of triggering, at which level of triggering the controller should execute the interrupt. If the values are zeros, then it is going to execute the hardware interrupt at low level triggering, and if these two values are 1, then controller is going to execute the hardware interrupts at negative edge triggering. So totally, in order to write or in order to understand the hardware interrupts, we should have a clear knowledge over totally three types of registers. One is the TMOD register, which gives an information of type of interrupt. That means whether the controller should serve the hardware interrupt or software interrupt. That information can be passed on to the controller through the gate bit of TMOD register. And next, to activate the hardware interrupts, there are 5 types of interrupts, but at a time only one type of interrupt can be served. So to give that priority, to enable those hardware interrupts, we need to make use of IE register, and to intimate the controller that at which kind of triggering the hardware interrupt needs to be served, we need to make use of the TCON register. So TMOD register, IE register, TCON register. You should have a clear knowledge over these three registers to program the external hardware interrupts. So guys, are you clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.